Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon. How is everyone doing today? I hope everybody's doing fine. Everybody's day is going good, and that you're having a great day. At least someplace that it ain't raining or something like that. But it's your boy Damon. I'm here with the DK and Tree podcast. Hey, listen. I told y'all when the tomfoolery is on, I'm all for the tomfoolery too. Because this tomfoolery that I saw, I figured I said, hey, let me come get your opinion about this one. So cruising through X and TikTok and all these other social media outlets. Let's start here. What happened in Jamaica was horrible, horrendous. If you've seen the aftermath of what the Hurricane Melissa did, was just terrible, destroyed an island. You had a storm that covered the whole island. They saying this was one of the worst storms in history to hit that island. They said they haven't had a storm hit that island since 1935. That's 90 years ago. 90 years. And what I'm going to touch on is this. I saw a video. I guess some people was down there and they was all on vacation. Now, with the age of technology, phones, social media, anything of that, you know when events are going on this world, on this earth, and you know when something is going to happen. And if you going on vacation during hurricane season, you might want to be a little bit more aware of saying, hey, this storm is going to hit this place. But in true resilience, what they did, they was like, hey, we're getting prepared for this. We're getting ready for this. And we're going to try to do the best we can. They provided shelters for people that was there that couldn't get off the island. They did everything they could to help people. But of course, you see one person, right? And the person said on the video, somebody was recording this, and they would say, well, what are you doing for the people? We want to get something to eat. We want breakfast. We want this. And you only giving us pastries? Um, Ma'am, a category 5 storm just hit the island that you're vacationing on. And you getting upset with the staff because they had a category 5 and you want the same treatment there before the storm hit. Ma'am, get yourself together. And what disturbed me a lot is like when I was reading through different comments about it, especially on X. If anyone's listening on X and you want to make a comment about it, anyone listening on X, there's something scrolling across the bottom of the screen. You can call in here. You can give me your opinion on it. But I was kind of disturbed a lot about the comments off of X about some people agreeing with this lady talking about I paid my money and I should have that same treatment. After a category 5 storm just hit them and leveled everything, some people lost everything. Houses. Did you see the airport in Montego Bay? Did anybody see that? Destroyed. And you telling me you want the same level of treatment before that storm hit? They don't have the resources for it. People have families. I'm pretty sure they wanted to go home and attend to their family or be with their families, not to make it to their families to make sure they're safe. But yet you're that insensitive. And to me, she was insensitive to say, hey, no, I want my treatment. I paid my money. Well, you did know a category 5 storm was about to hit that island, didn't you? They say there was the strongest windstorms on record. They couldn't even measure it. They say even when the hurricane hunters was going into the storm, that they could not measure the wind speed. It was over 200 miles per hour. Over 200 miles per hour. But yet you want the same treatment and you want the same no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And again, a lot of people was like, oh no, we're not for that. Not trying to listen to that at all. And whatever. But some of the people were agreeing with her. They was like, oh, if I paid my money, I want the same treatment. How you gonna get it? When the compound is leveled, roof is missing, rooms are destroyed. Them workers are not gonna be there, they're gonna be with their families. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. And then, like I said, just reading through some of the comments, I was like, wow, the world we live in is unbelievable. People are special to say the least. Yes, they are. They are very special to say the least. But like I said, it just broke my heart to just listen to her ridicule the people. And he was like, well, where you going? He was even concerned for the safety. He said, where you going? We going across the street. He said, well, the gas station's closed. He said, the mall is closed. Everything is closed. Jamaica got leveled, destroyed. And again, when you see the different videos and pictures and everything that's coming out of there, it's sad. It is very, very sad that this storm covered the whole island and destroyed them. And now they have to pick up the pieces and together. But yet, some of the tourists that come in, entitlement, you feel as though, oh, I should get the same treatment before this storm hit. No, you're not going to get the same treatment. She even complained about, oh, they boxed up lunches for us. At least they was thinking about you enough to feed you. Give me a break. What do you want? That's just like saying, okay, an earthquake happens and California gets in a lot, right? An earthquake happens, but we still want you to come where we have an 8.9 magnitude earthquake, but we all want you to come to work. Come on now. Stop playing. Stop playing. You're going to have things destroyed, things in the way. You are just not going to be able to operate the same. And they can't operate the same, especially with the devastation that they have down there. Again, my hearts and prayers go to them. But for the simple fact that it was just, you're insensitive to the staff because you're not getting the same treatment because I paid my money. You knew that storm was coming there, but yet you put it on them talking about, well, you knew this storm was coming and y'all should have been better prepared. How can you prepare for a Category 5 hurricane? I'm just asking for myself. How can you prepare for that? How can you? They help shelter you in place. They help keep you safe, and they're doing the best they can to try to help you survive until you get off that island. Until you get off. But then, in twist, people start pinning response videos, right? And they was like, hey, yes, I see why so many countries dislike Americans. Yes, absolutely. But let me get to the twist part. So, of course, social media, they're going to research you when stuff come up, right? So at first they thought it was an American. It was an American. It was an American, right? They researched this lady from Bermuda. Let that sink in for a second. This lady's from Bermuda. Bermuda. Right? So you're from an island, but yet you're going to go to another island and treat them like that. But you're from an island. I'm pretty sure hurricanes has hit Bermuda too. Right? Would you want someone treating you like that if they came to Bermuda? Would you want someone treating your country people like that? Entitled? And you fussing at people? I get you paid your money. I get it. I completely understand. But also, I'm pretty sure you knew that hurricane was coming. And you probably had time to get out of there. And you chose not to. But you stayed there and this. So when I saw all the other videos about, the Americans, they was like, well, wait a minute. Hold on. And they started putting up this person's profile. No, this person's from Bermuda. I actually saw another video where the lady said, I went on this lady's page and she was talking in her native tongue. So she ain't American. She's from Bermuda. So you're another island dissing another island. Come on now. When's this going to stop? When are we going to show compassion for each other? Because that was insensitive, especially the devastation that they got down there in Jamaica. It is sad. I'm still seeing videos. Like I said, I saw the one video of the airport down there in Montego Bay. Leveled, destroyed. I mean, water just pouring. Roof tore off. Other parts of the island, roofs tore off houses over there. Some people's houses completely gone. Completely gone. But Montego Bay took a hit because that's where the eye of the storm was. And they were saying again, they couldn't even measure the wind speeds. It was so dangerous for the hurricane hunters, they had to abort it. Again, level, I mean, a Category 5 hurricane leveled that island. And just watching that on the Weather Channel and seeing that this hurricane covered the whole island and just destroyed the place. You know, you got people that was in the aftermath in the street, and you see sharks in the streets, swimming in the street, sharks. They telling people, hey, stay away. You know, we don't want you to get hurt. But the insensitivity of people. I'm not going to say all, but some people, especially the lady in that video, talking about this doesn't make any sense. I paid my money. I got it right. And even some of the comments, like I said, if you're on X, because this is where I was seeing these comments, call me. Call me. Call me. It's going across the bottom of the screen if you're on X and you seeing this. And tell me if you agree with it or you disagree with it. But this is where I saw most of these comments from was off of X. But again, all I'm saying is that was a natural disaster that could not be helped. And you're going to be insensitive about it. A lot of other videos that I saw, people's hearts and prayers went out for them. And they were still there. They was just trying to figure out, hey, how can I get off the island? How can I get home? One bride was like, hey, I was asleep. You know, I was asleep through the whole thing. He said that the resort took good care of me. He was like, they had a shelter in place. You know, they had shelters for us. And, you know, for the most part, I've seen it, but it was just that one. And it always takes one, right? Always takes one. But like I said, and for you to be from an island and you treated them like that, what did that say about you? Come on now. I don't get it. I don't understand. I mean, anyone that's looking, help me understand this one. I mean, I get that we pay our hard-earned money to go on trips. But again, I'm pretty sure we watch weather reports too of someplace we're going because nobody wants to get stuck in a storm, a natural disaster, or anything like that. I'm pretty sure we check that stuff. But for you to treat that staff that way was unacceptable. Unacceptable. And again, I'm all for debates. Anybody want to debate it? I'm all for debate. I just totally disagree with it. Even the lady that videoed it, she didn't say anything, but again, reading the comments, somebody thought that because the lady recorded the lady saying that to her, that she was insensitive. I'm like, do you know we're in the age of cameras? We're in the age of cameras. Everybody records everything. They do. They record everything. They don't care what it is. They're going to record it and they're going to put it out there. And again, it just paints the picture of what person you are and what your sensitivity level is like. If you're a sensitive person, if you're a butthole or whatever, they capture all of it. And then when you're plastered all over social media, guess what? It never comes off. It never comes off. So my thing with it is that could she handle that a better way? Yeah, she could have. In my opinion, she could have handled it a better way, but she didn't. She was in to berate the staff. He was like, hey, we're doing our best to try to protect y'all, try to help you. If it wasn't for them doing what they did, you might not be here. So shout out to them to protecting everyone that was on that resort. And again, my prayers and heart goes out to Jamaica because the devastation down there is just unreal. And remember, they're an island. They can't run nowhere. They can't go anyplace. See, here, you know, something hit. Let's take Florida, for instance. They get hurricanes going through there all the time. Florida can leave, right? They can leave the state of Florida. They can go someplace else, right? Hey, I can go up north, get away from the storm. I can go west to get away from the storm. They have that option. Jamaica didn't have that option. They didn't have that option at all. They couldn't run from it. They had to take it. And now, look at the aftermath. Look at what's look at the devastation. Again, people lost homes, lost everything. They lost everything. And now they're getting help in there. They're getting help from other countries to help them. You know, I didn't hear anything about deaths or anything like that, but I pray that everybody survived that. But again, these people who was working on these resorts, they did a tremendous job at keeping their people safe. Whether it been their workers, whether it been the tourists that came there or anything, you should show them people some appreciation. And in that video, that guy and that staff did not get any appreciation. And again, I'm going to harp on this one again. You being from an island, you from Bermuda, who gets leveled by storms too, to treat them like that, what does that say about you? Because you paid your money, as you say. So, and a pastry was unacceptable for breakfast. Again, they just got leveled by a Category 5 storm. Unbelievable. And again, when you get plastered on social media, look what happens. Because again, they're going to find you. They'll find out who you are. And it was like, wait, whoa, she ain't American. Not American. She's from Bermuda. I was like, wow. And again, like I said, the other video I saw, the young lady was like, oh, I went on her page and she was talking in her native tongue. Hey, she ain't American. So don't put that on us. So again, insensitive. The video was insensitive. I had to come on here and talk about that one because that made no sense whatsoever. And ma'am, I just hope that you never have to experience what Jamaica experienced. Because you wouldn't want someone saying that to you. I am sure of it. You know, what they say, what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. Nah. Just pray that that type of storm doesn't hit Bermuda and your home. Because they say you reap what you sow. So, ma'am, you need to get it together. Matter of fact, I know it ain't football time, but guess what? I'm giving her a brown bag for that one. She gets a brown bag for how she treated them down there. That's for me. But again, like I said, I just wanted to dive on here real fast about that one because again, like I said, if anybody feel any different way about it, hey, it's going across bottom screen. You can call me. You can call me, especially on X because I'm streaming across you too. Anyone that has any comments about it, call me. We can talk about it right now. I don't mind, and I got time. I got plenty of time. So I want to give you some time. If you call me, we can talk about it. I want to hear your opinions because, especially if you disagree with me, I definitely want to hear from you because, again, it was insensitive. Y'all think it's insensitive because someone recorded it. No, it's insensitive how she was treating that staff, and they helped keep her safe. Her and her friend who she was with. They helped keep her safe. They helped do everything to make sure that all those people on that resort were safe. So, to me, Jamaica did an outstanding job. And I appreciate Jamaica for what they did to protect those tourists that was down there. No matter where you was from, no matter what country you were from, they did everything in their power to make sure that the people on their resorts were safe. And that is my 2 cents on it. But nobody wants to call. I'm just saying. Hey, it's going across the screen. No one wants to call. No one wants to debate me on this one. I mean, especially the ones if you disagree with. Anyone want to debate me on it? I got time today. I got time. And what's normally happens, I'll probably get off the air. Then they want to debate me. No, we can do this on the air. Yeah, absolutely. We're praying for restoration of Jamaica. They got a long process that's going. A very long process. And again, like I said, when we go someplace, it's just like what Herb said. You know, that's why so many countries dislike us because some people go over there and they're entitled and they want to do anything. But for this one, we were spared because it wasn't an American. That lady was from Bermuda. So we're definitely spared from that. But still, don't go in these people's countries and treat them any kind of way. Because remember, they have different laws than what we have too. So you think you can go talk slick out your mouth? Try that in Dubai and see what happens. You just can't be talking slick out your mouth in some of these countries because they be like, oh yeah, yeah, we got a place for you. So it's always treat people with respect. It was a disaster that happened to that island. A disaster. And the devastation was sad. And again, they had no place to go, no place to run. They had to take it full brunt of that storm because they had no place to run. Like we got here in America. They got a place to go. Like, oh, storm coming this way, let me go that way. A lot of people don't have that luxury of leaving. A lot of people don't have the luxury of leaving. Oh, hold on. Hello. Hello. A lot of people don't have that luxury of leaving. A lot of people don't have the luxury of leaving. Hold on. Anybody there? Anybody there?
Yes, hello.
Yes, come on. Come on.
Yeah, so you mentioned a lot of great points about how yes. Sorry, there's a lag in the communication.
That's fine. That's fine.
You mentioned a lot of great points about just like giving people respect and having empathy as well when you're going through a crisis. And I think we need to think about both things. So, if you were also in that person's shoes and being at a state of distress, your behaviors might not be typical because you're going through trauma. One, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying, just think about this as well. And then I'm also thinking about what respect looks like, and respect looks differently based on the culture that you're coming from. Like you were saying, if Americans go to another country, they're definitely more strict on their responsiveness to disrespect than we are in America. And in some ways, that is positive, in some ways, it's negative, depending on who you are and what your cultural experiences are. So, what do you think about that? Do you see that side that it could possibly be someone going through trauma and their response might not be typical? Like, if you think about even your worst day that you have had, and if it was recorded, how would people even see you?
I totally get what you're saying. And I look at it
like this.
I say my opinion from what I see it. And I just didn't think it was appropriate. I understand the person may be in some distress. I understand that the person may be upset. But how can you expect the same treatment before a storm and then after a storm that it's going to be the same? What I give props to, and it was Ryu, the resort they were at, is that they made sure their people were safe in shelters, and they even took precautions to box up lunches and just try to make it as enjoyable as possible. So again, that's a tragedy. It's devastation. It's nothing you can do about that. But they did everything possible to try to make a bad situation good.
And they should be commended for that.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So what I get is that don't argue with the staff when they protected you in over 200 mile per hour winds. You could not be here today.
Mm-hmm.
Be grateful for that. Don't worry about how much money you spent. Worry about you still have your life. And that's my point. That's my point on it.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to be from an island, to treat them like that, what does that say about you? That's my 2 cents.
Thank you for bringing this topic to us.
Now, listen, it weighed on me. I couldn't wait to get home. This one weighed on me. I was watching videos and I was reading comments. Like I said, the comments that disturbed me the most was off of X. And some of the people that were agreeing with her. They the ones that disturbed me the most. And they was like, I paid my money. I should have this level of service. We just got hit by a hurricane. A hurricane that hasn't been that strong in 90 years. And you telling me you want the same level of service? What about the people that was there? What about the workers? They worried about their families too. I would have left too to go be with my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think about, being a teacher and how we're required to still service our students, even if we have like our own kids in the building. I've been in a situation where there was a hurricane and we all had to go into the hallway, and we had some staff members who had children in the building. And it was a big debate afterwards because one of the staff members went to go be with their child. And, the discussion was, well, she wasn't really supposed to do that. She was supposed to stay with the kids that she's legally in this space responsible for. So, I definitely think that we go through like some kind of cognitive dissonance sometimes, where we have like conflicting beliefs and values, and we have to make a choice when we are in traumatic situations like that. So it's definitely, for me and my perspective, it's not like a judgment, because I don't know what I would do in this situation. What would kick in with me in those types of situations that were similar to staying with their family or go. But I definitely think that she shouldn't have yelled at the people for what she spent her money on. But again, that could also be a trauma response. Like I can only control what I can control, and this feels controllable at this moment.
And I understand that. I get it. And like you said, that was all emotion. I don't really think that she thought it out. That was all emotion. And the simple fact that again, he was still trying to keep her safe. Not leaving out the resort. Like, look, everything's closed. Everything's closed. Most of the stuff is leveled, destroyed. They were still worried about her safety. And I commend them for that.
That's beautiful.
And the thing of it is that if she probably would have took the time, just took a couple breaths and listen, it probably would have been a lot better. But she wasn't listening. It was like, I need to get my point out, and my point is the only thing that matters.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what she would think if she watched herself.
Generally, when you watch yourself, you think a lot differently.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she's seen that video. Because it's done circulated all over the world. So I'm pretty sure she's seen it. And she probably has some different perspectives on it. Maybe I could handle that a lot better. But like I said, there was a lot of people in comments that agreed with her. Now, I was just like, wow. It was like, I paid my money, and this is the service I should have. And again for a devastation that came through that island. Again, none of them people had any place to go. They had to take it. They couldn't run. They couldn't flee it. They had a storm that covered the whole island. The whole island. 90 years. Last storm hit that island like that. With that kind of devastation. 90 years. So again, when we look back now, and I'm not cutting back at anything. But when we look back at it, it's like you could have handled that better. And she probably thinks now, hey, I could have handled that better. Or she may have been like, I said it, so what? I don't know. But when you do that, you just label yourself. And trust me, they're gonna find you. And they're gonna be like, hey, this is the person. And that's where all the stuff came about. At first they thought she was American. And they was attacking that. And somebody said, wait. She's not American. She's from Bermuda. And it's on her page. And they plastered that. So again, you should just treat everybody with respect. No matter what the circumstances. I understand sometimes we get heated in situation, but somebody gotta have a cooler head. And she was with someone. And if that been me, I'm like, hey, come on, let's take a walk. Because you need to calm down. Because these people did take care of us through this category 5 hurricane. Okay.
That definitely would have been an example of community and collective response if you had someone to de-escalate you. Yeah. But the guy that was standing there, he didn't say anything. I would have pulled her away. Come on, let's take a walk. Because again, if you got somebody and you get them away from that, because right now she's in attack mode. So you take out the situation, walk away, and then you start talking calmly. Hey, that's not the best course of action. I understand we paid this money, but just look around. Look at this devastation. They kept us safe. Don't you think that's enough? I understand we're not getting 5-star treatment, but they are doing something. Now I can see if they didn't do anything. You got a right to be upset. You got a right to be upset. But at least they took precautions. Hey, they boxed us and stuff. We're gonna try to help our people as much as possible because we don't know when help is going to come or how long this process is going to be. That scenario that you just reviewed about how you would provide support, do you think that is a skill that you always had, or did you grow into that?
I would say I grew into it because again, being human, we all get our ways, and you just have to learn different things. So when you learn it, you just keep it going. My thing of it is I can help the next person. I'm gonna help the next person. We shouldn't be bickering and fighting with each other. We should try to help each other as much as possible. We got enough division in this country already. We don't need any more. So again.
Well, I'm really glad that you took the time to think about how you would have provided support, because now, whoever is listening to this now has an example of what they could do. If it is somebody that doesn't have that de-escalation skill and training, now they have it because of your show. So, I appreciate your heart always and how you show up authentically to help other human beings.
I try my best. We have to have a cool day out here, but we also have to have a voice. And I always say this show is not my show. It's our show. It's everybody's show. That's why I say I love to hear from people. If something's going on, let's come talk about it. Because the simple fact that we have to get messages out here. We have to get messages out to help people. Some people may be going through something and you never even know it. but they hear you and be like, you know something? He just gave me a better way. Or somebody else may have gave him a better way. I appreciate every last person that come on here and listen to me. I send thank you messages all the time. Because the simple fact that, hey, you could be doing other stuff with your time, but you taking time to be here with me. And I appreciate it. And I appreciate each and every last one of you.
All right.
So I appreciate you calling in.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Absolutely. You too.
Bye.
Bye. Oh man. Anybody else want to come holler at me? Again, I love the interactions. And again, I love when you come in, because again, I love to hear your opinions. I love your questions. I love everything that we do with this show, because again, we're getting messages out here. And another thing I want to bring up besides that, and I've been harping on this for a minute. Domestic violence. It has to stop. And there are maybe a lot of people that's out here that's going through it that won't leave it, or doesn't know how to leave it, because they're isolated away from their families. They're isolated away from friends. They're intimidated. And I was with someone today, and they shared a story with me about them. And it really broke my heart, because she said that she left this guy when her son was 3 months, because she said if she didn't, she probably wouldn't be seeing her son or raising her son. And how this guy is, how he was, what he did. And, this vicious cycle has to stop. It does. And it's not just for men, it's women out here too. They abuse men. But the men are so prideful, they don't want to say nothing. It has to stop on both sides, because it's not right to put your hands on each other at all in any physical way, to hurt them, to intimidate them, or whatever. End story of that is that he's done this to 4 people. She was one of them. He done this to 4 people. And what she told me is that now he's in jail for attempt murder. And when she told me this story, I said, he's a monster. A monster. And, whatever he gets. He's a monster. You've done this to 4 people. Unacceptable. It's a big, big problem. But nobody wants to talk about it. I do. I always want to talk about it because I want to stand up against it. And again, it's both sides. Nobody should be putting their hands on each other. Nobody. Men are naturally stronger than women. But don't get me wrong. There's some women out here that'll wax you up now. They can scrap. But what I'm saying is this. No one should be intimidating anyone. No one should be putting their hands on it. And definitely no one should be pew-pewing anybody. At all. It's sad and needs to stop. And we got to stand up against this. I think Maryland is the only state, maybe 2, that doesn't have a domestic violence law. I think every other state in the United States has one, except Maryland. Why is that? I get on these lawmakers all the time. Y'all worry about all the wrong stuff. And then, let's not talk about this shutdown. People out of work. They got one job to do up there. One job. And now these people are sitting home suffering. Now you're talking about trying to take food benefits from people. You have one job to do. But yet, you're supposed to be for the people. You're supposed to be work for the people. where it don't seem like they're working for the people. I tell people all the time, if you don't like who's in office, go change it. If you like what's going on, then you support it. Again, you see what's going on. You understand what's going on. Make a change. Y'all stand up to a lot of stuff. Y'all need to stand up to this too. We all do. We all do. Yeah, domestic violence is also not just physical violence. No, it's mental too. You wait for me to run for office. Oh my goodness. Hey, listen, we all got to stand up to it. Y'all will get out in these streets and march for different things. Why can't we march for that? Why can't we march for change? I'm saying you all have the power, and you've seen it on different things that's happened. When Disney lost all that money, Jimmy Kimmel was back on the air, wasn't he? I'm just saying the power is in the people, and we need to stand up to it. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Nobody else. Hey, I've been looking for these people on X. Y'all people on X don't want to talk to me, huh? But I appreciate each and every last one of you. I appreciate you listening to me. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you turning in every time that I come live. Again, this show doesn't happen without you all, and I appreciate that. I'm going to sign off here, and then, you know something? I'm going to just relax for the rest of the night. Watch it this Saturday. Go watch some Saturday football. And then we getting ready for Sunday. We will see you on Tuesday for the football podcast. Me and TJ will be here. We'll be in full effect. And go Ravens. I got some Steelers fans that I just met down in Kentucky. And they're probably going to get shellacked this weekend by the Colts. And I can't wait for it because I can't wait for Tuesday. I'll see you all later.